Hey everyone, it's Sly47 here. We have the 2024 Shipyard here. Let's go through it, and already I'm excited for this. I'm going to be picking up a bunch. Let me know what you're going to be picking up and your thoughts down below in everything that is in the Shipyard for 2024 here. So let's go through it. The first little screenshot is we have the Hayate for 35 titanium. Now, Black Shimikaze is better, but 35 titanium for a tier 10 DD wargaming. Good job. Like crap, I literally am going to be clapping a bunch during this because there's a lot of prices as I've gone through this once already, and I was like, ooh, this is nice. But Hayate, if you're wanting something kind of an in-between between a Shimikaze and a Harugumo, but you don't want to go for the Black Shimikaze sometime and like that, Hayate for 35 titanium, not exactly a crazy price. It is still a little bit expensive being titanium, hard to get, but whatever. We go for the Flint, 85 copper. That's actually that's actually just fine. Flint is a fantastic tier 7. I still prefer the Tokachi, but if you're wanting that more support in the Atlanta class that the Flint is, this one's right here for you. Z35 for 75 copper. That is probably too much for the Z35. That's the one that I would definitely say is a little bit overpriced. Z35 is just okay overall. It's not really a great ship, but if you're wanting that, it's not a bad pickup either. Now, in the Napoli for 35 steel, pick it. If you are a cruiser player or you're wanting a fun, brawling cruiser that just absolutely annihilates DDs or light cruisers, Napoli's right there. Super fun. Completely would suggest that. Now, moving on to the next set, we have the Black Lightning, which is an absolutely fantastic tier 8. Probably I would say considered one of the top 3 or something like that for that, because it removes the useless ADA of the actual regular tech tree Lightning and gives it rapid reload. That's not the love. Like that's just a good thing to do. So if you are wanting a tier 8 DD that's really good, Black Lightning is right there for you. Highly would suggest I'm gonna pick it up myself. I'm not a big fan of Lightning, but Black Lightning was pretty darn good. Now, if you think that that's gonna cause a problem with tier 8 matchmaking, Shenzheng is here for also 20 steel. Wow, Wargaming, you're really cutting some prices on here, but Shenzheng, this is basically a Saipan for tier 8, and yeah, it sucks to play against. It hurts, and at the same time, it is nice, at least if you have your one on your team, and they can completely, deplane the other CV, so you get that, but yeah, when you're playing against it, it's not really that fun. Now onto the Bahi. I'm probably slotting out. I'm just going to say that right now. Sorry if I just did that. But we have the Bahi for 30 titanium on that for a tier 9. That is kind of a better Azumo in ways, but not as good as the Black Azumo. I don't know. For me, the Bahi, let's see, I had to start pulling stuff up because I completely forgot about this. Yeah, you have Scout Plane and Rapid Reload too. That's a pretty good style, but Black Azumo technically would be better if you want to play the Azumo class, but for 30 titanium, that's a ship I definitely skip. And then we move on to the Cossack for 5 steel and 10 titanium. Cossack is really a skill cannon. It's not as strong and as easy to play as the Black Lightning, so I'd suggest that over that, but at the same time, Cossack is actually pretty cheap overall for its price. So if you don't have the Cossack and are wanting a little bit of a challenging cockroach that has a crap load of fuel smokes, the Cossack is right there for you. Now on to the final 5. As you can see, there's only 4 in this screenshot, but there is a missing one of a Novar for 55 copper. I'd say that's a little on the expensive side, but still not too bad either. So definitely if you're looking for a nice tier 6 battle cruiser-esque style and train your Russian commanders, that's not a bad pickup. I had fun with it. Not really something I'm going to go back playing all the constant time. Hey everyone, editing Sly here. So I actually missed 2 more on this, so I'm just adding this in right here on that. The Black Dallas is coming in for 15 copper and 5 titanium, and then we have the Graf Zeppelin coming in for 25 copper and 10 titanium. To me, neither of these are worth it in that general context. I think, yeah, Black Dallas, hey, you get some that, and if you have a lot of extra titanium, you can get it, but overall, I don't think it's really worth the titanium. If it was worth steel, I'd be like, okay, that's not a crazy ask. Same thing for Graf Zeppelin. I think Black Graf Zeppelin's just straight up better, but, to each their own. It's a personal preference. And then also, I did want to add in, before I kind of let the video continue on, I will say, as I watched the video, the Flint is a little expensive on that one, so is it worth it? Is it not? Let me know in the comment section down below. Past self will definitely be like, oh, it's definitely worth it, but, editing self kind of, it's it's going down in there, else everything else is just fine. Now back to past slide. Now to the final 4, which we actually have the screenshot for, which is the Black Vittorio Venito. This ship, I'm going to pick this up immediately. This is a great price for a tier 8 battleship. It's a very sneaky battle cruiser type of thing, like heavy battle cruiser. I love those type of ships. You can play this incredibly stealthed up, and you just have sap, so you can go DD hunting in this thing and be absolutely nasty at tier 8, especially with a bunch of those Cossacks and Black Lightnings. Hey, you see what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm gonna kill some DDs with that. Now onto a Hyzen right here, which is for 20 titanium and 20 steel for tier 9. Personally, to me, Hyzen's not really worth it, but there's a bit of a cult, so if anyone a part of that cult down below wants to put down their review of Hyzen, I didn't particularly like the ship, but there is a cult following behind it where they're like, hey, this actually is a really good, almost tier 9 Montana, but Japanese, so we got that. Next up, we have the Incan camos. This is for the San Martin line. These are technically the better camos for the ships, and I will actually be probably picking them up as much as I really kind of want to run the concealment one on the tier 10. I'd still say these are the better ones, and of course, they're free if you have the steel and titanium right there. And then finally, we have the Khabarovsk, which is for 25 titanium and 20 steel. I cannot suggest this. I cannot suggest this at all. I think this is very overpriced, especially when you are considering that the Hayate was 35 titanium, and this is 25 steel and 25 titanium. That is exorbitantly expensive. But I will say, there is beginning... I would say there's enough people that are starting to kind of find love with the Khabarovsk that if you really do like gunboating at tier 10, this can do. But once again, you're having to do the Pietro kind of thing where you're having to get the leg mod, having to get the right commander set up, and having to get the camo, like all for it in order to make it good. And it's just when you're already spending that much, I don't know if I can suggest it, but overall, I'd say when you look at this overall amounts and the cost for everything, Hayate is not a bad price, Flint's not a bad price, Napoli's not a bad price, Black Lightning's not a bad price, Cossack's not a bad price. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Shanzhang's really not a bad price if you're a CV main and stuff. Black Vittorio Venito is a great price. The Incan camos, those are actually pretty solid if you have this stuff. Everything else is just okay, but I just have to say, this is a great shipyard and Wargaming overall, good work, good freaking job on this. This is not inexpensive. Everyone was thinking, tier 7 is going to be 100 copper. Tier 10 is going to be 50 titanium. So great work on this. This is a great start to 2024. Hopefully I'm not burning my hand on the stove too quickly on this one because we had that issue last year. But hey, Wargaming, good job so far on this. This is great and can't wait to see what 2024 also has to bring every month as they will refresh a certain portion of this shipyard every month. And then I believe they're most likely going to do one around June, July area, just like last year. So this is only a 6-month thing. So you have a bit of time to grind particular items. I think like the Inca camo, I think that one's definitely a monthly thing. So if you want to get that, make sure you get that. But else, let me know in the comment section down below what you're planning on getting within this shipyard. And everyone, Happy New Year. If you hadn't seen the year-end video, I have that up now as well. And I will also be uploading another video this week over kind of the state of the channel and what's kind of 2024 going to look like for this channel specifically. So be ready for that video. Else, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't to make sure you get all those notifications for all the new videos for this channel. And whenever I stream and go live, have a good one, everyone. Peace.